I told my wife I was willing to work on things. Then I packed up while she was at her sister's. I don't really know how to start this, so I'm just going to type it out. Back in March, we had this conversation, me and Kara, where she said she needed space. Not a breakup. She was very specific about that, a break. I asked her what the difference was, and she said she needed time to figure out what she wanted without the pressure of being in a relationship. I thought that was kind of a weird distinction, but I agreed because I didn't know what else to do. We'd been married 4 years, so we did the break. I stayed at my buddy Derek's place for about 6 weeks, slept on his couch, went to work, came home and watched his TV. It was not a fun 6 weeks. Kara and I texted sometimes, nothing heavy, just like hey or a meme or whatever. I thought we were doing what she asked and that eventually we'd figure it out. In May, she reached out and wanted to talk in person. We went to this Thai place near our apartment, the one we used to go to every Friday, and she cried and said she missed me and wanted to come back from the break and work on things. I was honestly so relieved I didn't even really process what she said next, which was that she'd been seeing someone during the break. She said it didn't mean anything and it was over and she wanted to be with me. I think I just kind of nodded. I said okay. I said I was willing to work on it. And I think in that moment I meant it, or I wanted to mean it. But then I went back to Derek's and I just sat there and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Not even in a dramatic way. I wasn't crying or whatever. I just kept thinking she asked for the break. She defined what it was. And then she immediately went and did that. The thing is, I don't even know if I would call it cheating technically. I've gone back and forth on that but it didn't really matter what I called it because the feeling was the same either way. She moved back in, and for like 2 weeks, I was trying. I was genuinely trying. But I'd look at her, and there was just this thing in the back of my head that wouldn't go away. She'd be talking to me about something, groceries or a show she was watching, and I'd be nodding, and somewhere underneath that, I'd just be like, I don't think I can do this. She had a trip planned to her sister's in Columbus. 4 days. She left on a Thursday. I don't know exactly when I decided. I think it was the Tuesday before she left. I was sitting in our kitchen eating cereal, and I just thought, I should go. Not in a mean way, not to hurt her. I just knew. I found an apartment. It was fast. It was kind of a shitty apartment, if I'm being honest, but it was available. I took my stuff over 2 carloads at a time while she was gone. I left her furniture. I only took my things. I left a note on the counter. I texted her before she landed back so she wouldn't walk in without any warning. She called me maybe 30 times that night. I answered the 3rd call, and she was screaming. Not like screaming, but just that kind of crying where you can barely understand the words. She kept saying I agreed to work on it. I said I would try. I did say that. I know I did. I think I just needed to find out for myself that I couldn't. Her mom called me the next day and said I was cruel for doing it that way. And maybe she's right about the way I did it. I don't know. I've been in this apartment for 3 weeks now, and it smells like the previous tenant's dog, and the bathroom faucet drips, and I actually feel okay. That part surprised me.